Look at this variety of different shapes, heights, and colors. They are all beautiful. Hello, I hope you're having a wonderful day and welcome to another video. In this one, I will show you how I draw winter trees. So recently I've been starting a new series of drawings that I called winter trees for now, where I wanted to capture some of these beautiful trees in winter. I like it because as an architect, I'm always interested about how in nature things grow, and these trees are so light and they almost like defeating the rule of gravity. So I hope with these sketches to catch some of the secrets of these trees, and also I'm portraiting them like a portrait of a person, putting them as a subject of my drawing and making them stand out. So I have been walking around in the park for a while, looking for a nice tree to draw and to explain as well. So it needs to be isolated from other trees and have a nice and clear silhouette. So it would be easier for me to explain to you how I approach to drawing this. Looks like I found the right one. So is this behind me? It could be an oak, but I'm not entirely sure. But I like the shape of these trees. It's all contorted. I love these knotted branches that curves around, and it's almost like split in two. So let's get started. So for this drawing, I'm gonna use my Moleskine A5 sketchbook. I'm gonna use some paper clips. I'm using this small one because this way it's easier for me to show you the full page of the drawing. I have my case here. I'm using my Montblanc Meisterstuck 146 as usual with medium nib, and I loaded with Lamy Black ink. And here I've got a little pencil from Muji as well, in case I want to do a draft drawings before I go in ink. I did a very detailed analysis on how to correctly observe this tree and break each of these components down into simple elements. You can find these parts in my full step-by-step tutorial video available in my Patreon community. And with Patreon, you can also directly support my work and unlock exclusive contents and additional tutorial videos. And now, let's go back to the drawing. So I'm using a medium nib and black ink in this case. I will start with the trunk. Since I already know the position of the trunk, I can quite confidently draw the outline. Alright, I have done all the bigger elements, and what I want to do now is to complete it with the other little branches that feathering out from the main branches. The way to make it more feathery is to understand the direction of these branches first. If you want to following the flow of each of the branch, what you need to do is to like doing this. So you start from the branch and then you're branching out, following the direction, out. So this is the direction you want to give, and if the direction is like doing this, you can then branching out. Always follow the flow. This is the key to achieve the effect of the winter tree. All the branches here are going up, so I want to express this as much as I can. So before going on and doing all the rest of the branch, I want to tell you a little way to make all these winter branches even more light. So at the end, when you are reaching to the circular shape of the crown, I normally tend to break the line into points. And sometimes I combine these dots with this V shape to simplify those branching out from the tree. And another thing is, like, you don't need to follow exactly all the same shape of the real tree, because it would be totally impossible to get it. And also, if you follow too much the real tree, it will end up with a very messy and overworked sketch. So let's start to draw these trunks. So I normally don't follow exactly what it is in the drawing. So I will simplify the direction and the texture of the trunks by drawing these horizontal lines. In this case, I want really to show the verticality of this trunk, and then all the other main ones. You see, once you start to create this connection between the bigger branch, you will start to unveil the primary structure of these trees. It's like the veins and the blood vessels in our body. They always follow logic. And here is very important for these trees to capture this logic, because they are almost like their own identity. So you can recognize the character of each of these trees by looking and representing their branches. Don't overdo, and always work with broke up lines or with the back of your nib. And a little secret to make all these branches looking more alive is to add all these details, the feathering details at the end of these branches, and always making them going up, because this will make the whole composition feel lighter. So once you have done this, it's time to add more details and more effects on the outer side of the crown. So for this exercise, you can flip the nib. It's an M nib, so when you flip it, it becomes an F nib, almost like a fine liner. And then you can add more segments at the end. And before adding some people or the background context, let's add a little frame around. So I want to still keep my trees in the foreground, and I want to make it a subject. So I want to make the frame smaller than the tree, so the tree can stand out. And now I want to add some context. So I want to start drawing some grass on the ground. And the grass can help to define the trunk a little bit more. Like here, putting some shadows. And I use this dotted line to make simplified glass, and that works quite well. And now I want to draw some people here. So they were doing picnic, so we'll use the back of the nib first. So since I'm sitting pretty much at the same height of these people having a picnic, their head would be where my head is, so the horizon line would be this one. And the other people are just walking. We draw some people walking in the back. Everything beyond this series of trees on the side, I want to keep it all thin. I'm gonna draw just a series of shadows. This is essential to create some depth in your drawing. Okay, yeah, I think I've done the back, the fence here, and now I want to add a few more details of the grass. You can use some shadows as well to create some sort of texture. There is a big area here which is empty, and I don't want to just leave this corner of the drawing white because it feels unbalanced. I want to fill up with something, and if you look in the photograph, the tree behind me casts some branches to the top part of this composition, so I want to add them in order to create some an ending to the drawing and make the framing of this composition stronger. So I want to add some branch that flows this way. And finishing, adding some birds on top and some more details to enhance the lightness of the tree. Let's add some text here. I'm in the west of Battersea Park, so I'm gonna write this down. I'm gonna use a pencil first. Actually, it's safer since I don't know how long this text will be. And let's add some shadow on the back of these people to highlight them. Okay, that's it for the drawing of the day. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and let me know if you want to see more tutorials and more subjects like this in the future, or different subjects. Let me know in the comments below. But for now, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.